pregnant with Alice, and they said, Marcia, you gotta come home. There's a SWAT team on your street, on Edgewater. And I said, what? And you remember that, don't you? And I said, this is crazy. And I pull up, and literally the whole block was cordoned off with a SWAT team, Father Charlie from St. Odelia's, and they had gone door to door and told everybody to get in their basements. Because Harlan was sitting in the driveway drunk as a skunk with a shotgun across his lap. And I got there, and I'm like, let me in. They're like, no, I'm like, I'm the daughter, let me in. And I got out of the car, I walked up, no, escort me in. I'm like, just let me in. Father Charlie was shaking, let me tell you. And I walked up to him and I said, what are you doing? I said, give me the gun. Okay, here. And that was the end of that, but you know what? I got that experience. I could probably use it in a comedy routine someday. And I tell people this, and they're like, it didn't really happen. I'm like, oh, yes, it did. So, you know, he was a good soul underneath all that. He scared the crap out of us when we were really little because he was big and loud. But I think he really tried hard to give us the best. And I don't think he was malicious. And the other thing I really remember is this weird song in the backyard, grilling. Judy drowned it, Judy drowned it. I don't know who it was. I don't know if June remembers it because we apparently have different memories of our childhood. So I'm going to leave it with that, and I really, really want somebody else to get up and at least give me a memory that maybe I don't have. So the floor is open. Thank you. Oh, and happy birthday to my Uncle Bill. Just, you know, he gets the 2 deaths on his birthday, and I'm so sorry, but it's his birthday today. Come on, Joan, say something. Or Bill.
Now, don't be shy. We're all family and friends. If you don't want to come up here, that's okay, but you have to talk loud enough for my hearing aids to pick you up.
Okay.
I'm Janie Habel O'Connor, and my mom and dad were Louis and Mary Habel in White Bear Lake. 1140 is how we refer to our home now. But Alice and Harlan would come frequently to our farm. We had 77 acres. 35E went through the middle of our farm. That's where we're located. But they would come. I love this picture, first of all. This is how I remember them in the early years, too. But they would often come with their camera. And Joni, do you remember that they always had a movie camera, and it was, of course, now, I don't know what, maybe 8mm?
It's 8mm. I haven't switched it. I'm working on it.
Oh, and Alice and Harlan always, he would take the camera with her in the picture, then she would take the camera. There was a lot of that. And a lot of walking up into the woods and getting mushrooms with Aunt Gert, my Aunt Gert. And we never checked if they were poisonous or not. We just knew that Aunt Gert would know if they were or not. So we just picked a lot of mushrooms, but Alice and Harlan were frequent guests at our home. Also, in our garden, we had a couple-acre garden, and Alice had a plot there, and she and Harlan would come, and it was very important to be in the garden where things are growing like that. But the part I remember, too, as you were talking, was the movie camera, and there must be film somewhere of all those days. You know, the other thing is, I think children came later.
They did.
Yeah. So you 3 kids are really lucky because they wanted you so badly. That was, when she was first pregnant, it was such a wonderful announcement that, look what's happening here. It was wonderful. She was also my godmother. And Alice was one of those old-fashioned, diligent godmothers who never forgot my birthday or a holiday. And she would send gifts that were wrapped with wrapping paper and ribbons and delivered by the postal truck. Oh. Yeah. So the truck would come in our farmyard, and I'd know, it was near my birthday, it would be for me. She was so thoughtful that way. Anyway, a loss, and my sympathy to the family.